So I was just asking you about VE Day, which is tomorrow. And you said to me,
Yeah, the 80th anniversary.
yeah. So where were you on VE Day?
Well, I was working, of course, working in the city, and we were given a day off for VE Day. Everybody was off celebrating. I didn't go up to London. We had a big bonfire down the road. Everybody was throwing old chairs on and goodness knows what to keep the big bonfire going. And there was a lot of singing and chanting and all that sort of thing. I didn't sort of go up to London to celebrate, which I was a bit disappointed about, but it was just getting there and then having to get home by train and everything. But I did it for VJ Day, which was August. I think that's August the 8th, the same. Anyway, I did go up to London for that with John Bliss and some of his friends, and we all stood outside Buckingham Palace shouting, "We want the king, we want the king." And then they would come out and wave and go back in, and then a bit later on they'd come out again because everybody was still shouting, "We want the king."
But that was VJ Day.
That was VJ Day in August, so I wasn't able to, just sadly, to go. I don't know why really. I suppose because we were given the day off, there didn't seem much point in going up to London where I worked. In retrospect, I wish I had, I wish I'd been part of it, but we just stayed in Manor Lane and just did things there,
Had a big street party.
Yeah, well, no, they didn't in our road for some reason. Too snooty, I expect. No, we didn't have a long table. They did in some of the roads, but I'm a bit surprised that they are showing so many because, you wouldn't have had a lot of spare stuff at hand to have a party, not on the very day war ended. Your cupboards weren't full of nice things to have at a party. So I'm a bit surprised that they are showing so many. I suppose it must have happened.
I guess if they knew the war was over, they'd think, oh, that's good. Rationing is going to finish. I know it didn't finish until the 50s, but rationing is going to finish. Therefore, we can use our stuff in the cupboards and have a big blowout. Yeah. And perhaps that's what they thought.
Yes, I mean, it would have been just as difficult to make sandwiches and that sort of thing. You wouldn't have spare tins of anything in the cupboard, or whatever whatever you're able to buy, you used, of course.
What did you, when you say you had a big bonfire, where was the bonfire?
I've just been trying to picture it where it was. It was up Manor Lane somewhere.
That's Manor Lane SE13 for the viewers.
Yeah. I just don't remember.
It wasn't in the park.
I can't recall that it was. I seem to see myself going up Manor Lane High. I'm trying to think what it could be. I mean, it could have well have been on a bomb site or something. I mean, everything was sort of rebuilt afterwards, so I wouldn't remember that. Yes, oh, well. I don't. I just don't remember. Silly, isn't it?
So you did celebrate,
yes,
but not up in Buckhouse.
A lot of singing and doing the conga and all that sort of silly nonsense, round the bonfire. And
I should think it wasn't silly nonsense after having 5 years of war, and I bet people were
6 years.
6 years, was it? Oh yeah, of course, 6 years. Yeah, so I'm surprised people weren't whipping their knickers off and flinging them around their heads. In celebration.
Yeah. You see, my dad, of course, by this time, he was now a sergeant in the Royal Marines, but he was also the secretary to a brigadier in, I think it was Queen Anne's Mansions in London. And he was going up to London every day to work. So he would have had the day off, I expect, that day, because, well, everybody did, everything shut down. Yes, it's strange, really, because Dad, of course, as you know, was asked when he was in Devon in the holding company if he did shorthand typing, and he
Dad, that's your dad.
yeah, my dad,
My
yeah.
granddad.
Yes, I mean, he was very, 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 very lucky. He could do shorthand typing, so he didn't go abroad after all.
Yeah,
And
because most of his company were lost, weren't they?
they were, yeah, yes. You get the young boys. They were boys, 18-year-old boys from Glasgow who were in his hut in Limpston. Yes, he was getting their dog tags home and having to write to the parents letters of condolence. It was pretty awful for him.
Yeah, because he
Because they were all boys that he'd done training with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though he was old enough to be their dad.
Yeah. Well, they called him Pop.
Yeah. But it was basically the fact that he could do shorthand typing.
Oh, yes.
That saved him.
He was actually, they were lined up to get the lorries to take them off on board ship to go to the tropics. They'd been issued with all their tropical gear and everything. And right at the very 11th hour, the sergeant came out and said, anybody here do shorthand typing? Well, Dad was the only one that so happened. And he said, fall out. And Dad had to be the secretary to the commander of the camp. And all the other lads went off on the lorry and then onto a boat to, which I can't remember. I always thought it was Burma. Mary thought it was Crete.
Mary is my mum's
younger sister. Yeah. Yes, we can't quite remember where they eventually ended up. But it was a serious mission, and I say lots of the young boys died. So Dad was very, very lucky that he could do shorthand typing.
Yeah.
And I say it went with him because he had to say he ended up his war in Queen Anne's Mansions in London and with a brigadier as his boss. So, yeah.
So that's your memories of
a
little bit of
VE Day. Yes. I feel a bit disappointed that we didn't go up to London, but thinking about it, I suppose it was a day off going up to London.
Yeah. You wouldn't have thought that.
I did it, say, for the VJ, and I know because I missed the last train and ended up going home with John Bliss to his posh home in Cheam.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, stayed the night.
Ooh, with his parents,
with his parents, yes, and I was given the
not like in this day.
I was given the sister's bedroom, but she wasn't there. I think she was at uni or something. So I had this beautiful, beautiful, huge room, all dedicated bedroom to myself when I was used to sleeping with my two sisters. Oh, yes, that was lovely. I never forgot that. Yes. So,
thank you for that little
reminisce.
Reminisce, yes.
Yes, I'm sorry that I can't remember more about that day.
Well, you are 99, you know.
I know. Yes, you'd have thought it would have made more of an impression, wouldn't you?
Well,
as I say, I do remember VJ Day more clearly. And that was good fun because there was a crowd of us.
Okay, thanks for that.
Okay, dear.
See ya.